The first speaker discussed about the very significance of the Prophet. Without creating whom Allah would not have created anything else in this world. That he has taken place, that the incident has taken place on this great world in this month of Saiyidul, in this month of Robiul Awal Shareef, which is one of the greatest months. That is Sayyidul Ayad, best of the leader of the Eid. Eid is the happiness. It was a Monday. It was at the end of the night, beginning of the day, time of dawn, that he arrived in this world. Makkah Sharif was delighted, greatly delighted. All the world expressed its delight, happiness and joy. Everybody rejoiced. All the Farishta, they spread this news to the whole of the world about the great arrival of Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And at that time, during the time of arrival, all the statues were broken, were diminished in his honor. He is the owner of the best lineage in this world. His great respected grandfather did the best for his arrival, and his respected mother, she was given the best honor for holding him. That he has come into this earth, the whole world expressed their happiness. Everybody else in his family, everybody else on this world. And on this occasion, the whole world was decorated, the heavens were decorated. Allah Pak declared that He had created everything on this earth only to honor His great friend, Nuri Mujassam Habeebullah Huzur Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And whatever could be expressed through language, the incidents, the celebrations were much more than that, which could be expressed now, which we are expressing now. Allah Pak Himself expressed His joy and delight that He is sending Rasul Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam on this hour, on this 12th of Robiul Awal Shareef. And that's the reason that the whole universe, everybody should in His honor express their joy and happiness and rejoice this day, celebrate this day with great honor and respect, with great pomp and grandeur. He has expressed that, and he has also asked Huzur Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that please tell the whole world that as a gift and as a token of mercy and blessings that the whole world has got you, they should express their best, express their happiness, and they should rejoice this day, because I have sent you as a piece of best rahmah, best blessings to this world. Therefore, we ask Allah the ability to express that, to celebrate that, all the possible abilities, domestic, financial, physical, all abilities. And that is why it is our responsibility to take bayat of our Shaykh Alaihi and get his best guidance and directions from him to perform all these blessed jobs. In the Hadith Sharif, it has been decided that the way a prophet is among his subjects, the murids, the disciples, a shaykh is like that among his disciples. Allah says, Allah Pak says, Allah Pak says, one who is deprived of the hidayah, he will never get hidayah from Allah Pak. One who is been deprived by Allah. This is because of what? Because of his misconceptions. If he has got something wrong in his ideas, in his concept about Shaykh, about Allah Pak and his Rasul Sallallahu. So it is our responsibility, it is rather a must to accept Bayat Shaykh, and not only Bayat Shaykh, Bayat. Perform all the activities, all the directions that he gives. Performing all the daily rituals, doing zikr every day, and coming in contact, that is sahabat, and with greatest respect and all. He has to perform all this. Only then he will be able to perform all these jobs. Now, one has taken a bayat point, then he is coming in sahabat. So, if he doesn't come in contact regularly, if he doesn't accept his guidelines or follow his guidelines, even after taking the discipleship, he is deprived of the blessings. Allah Pak said in the Hadith Sharif, it has been declared that Allah Pak says, one who maintains an enmity with my wali Allah, with my wali, I declare jihad against him. Someone maintains a bad concept, a wrong concept against the Shaykh, Allah Pak himself declares war against him, jihad against him. So what will be his condition? Na'udzubillah. And that person will be destroyed forever, against whom Allah Pak himself declares war or jihad. So therefore, one has to do the best possible. He has to think deeply and perform all the rituals with minute details. He has to come in contact frequently and with deep respect and manner. He has to come in contact. He has to achieve the sohbat and accept the Shaykh's guidance and directions in order to follow them minutely in details. That is why sohbat is a very great thing and important thing. And then the next speaker spoke about the solar calendar, a calendar which has been made as per the solar timings and all. We have a lunar calendar, a Hijri calendar, also a solar calendar. We have to understand that, analyze that, and follow its details. Following the Hijri calendar is the highest sunnah, because for Muslims, a lunar, that is a crescent, and a sun, both are important. Both are appearing and moving, continuing their duties in its very fixed line that has been bestowed by Allah. So, Allah made the crescent a very soft source of light, and Allah made sun a bright, greatest source of light and energy. Allah declared that I have fixed up the crescent and all, that you can count the days and follow the different occasions of the world. For fasting, for starting the month of Ramadan, also this very day, the 12th of Robiul Awal Shareef, you have to follow the lunar calendar and the solar calendar. For performing the pilgrimage Hajj, for appearing on the field of Arafah, for doing Qurbani. The Hijri calendar has been directly given by Sallallahu Alaihi Sallam. Also at the same time, there was a requirement of a solar calendar. That was required for the Muslims. But what Muslims are doing, 570 years after Hazrat Isa Alayhi Salam, arrived on this earth, but people are following a calendar from that side. But Muslims should have been following incidents from the time of Huzur Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Muslims, but following the non-Muslim calendar. This we should think deeply, we should analyze, and for a Muslim, in every step we should follow Huzur Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. His ideas, his activities, everything. Allah said, if you want to get me, get my wali, get Rasul Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. His activities, his words, his deeds, and everything. Follow him. That is why we have published a solar calendar, which you can see the dates and other things, which is easier to follow, and there will be no mistake, no time gap. So everyone must collect one, see them, and follow them. Now that the world is moving on GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, why should we follow Greenwich? As per the calendar, as per the geographical location, the Kaaba Sharif is the center of the world. The time should be basing on that. The meridian, the line from Kaaba, it should be KMT, Kaaba Shareef mean time. Allah Pak said, the Kaaba Shareef, the Kaaba Shareef is the very first residence building in this world. It has been created in the very first, and that is in the center. So the time and everything should be based around Kaaba. Couple of years back, we asked the Saudi authority to fix up the time based on Kaaba. And so we approached the Kuwaiti authority, Saudi authority, and they thought about it. And they finally responded to our proposal. They made a big watch that in order to make KMT, the followable time, Kaaba Shareef mean time, it was a huge amount of money to be spent, had to be spent for making this watch. And the Shamsi calendar, the solar calendar, if we follow that, one follows that calendar will be paying all his attention toward Sallallahu Alaihi Sallam. It has been declared in Surah Fatiha that Ya Allah Pak, please give us that path. Whom have you blessed? Who are those blessed? The Nabi, the Siddiqs, the Shaheeds, martyrs, and the Salih, those who are in the path of Allah Pak. The Siddiqs, those who have followed Allah Pak. That means Allah has said that those who are paying attention to me, you follow them, not the giver. Give us that path that you have blessed, and not those paths, those who have been deprived of Allah's blessings, those who have been cast. So how it would come? If Muslims follow some non-Muslim oriented calendars, they will be lost. And Kaaba Shareef mean time is only 3 hours difference from our time, so we can easily follow that, and it will be better for us, easier for us. And these are all explained in great details from the publications from Rajarbag Shareef from here, and all those references that we are quoting are never available in any other materials, any other literature of the world. We are giving all the details, everything with reference, solid references. Allah Pak Please take care of us so that we can follow in detail your path and your principles. The next speaker. Next speaker spoke about the Nur Mubarak, the very praises and applauses about Nuri Majassam Habeebullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. It has really been described in details. Many references have been given to understand the Hadith Sharif. One ayah, one Hadith Sharif. Abdullah referred that Jabbariul once approached Huzur Pak Sallallahu that Ya Rasulullah, which was the thing that was created by Allah Pak in the very first. Then he explained that it was my Nur which Allah Pak created. Then Hazrat Jabbariul asked where it was there. And Allah Pak, he replied, it was in the Qudrat of Allah. It was in the power of Allah. He said, Allah Pak did not create anything before creating this Nur. And if that is so, Allah Pak did not create the sun, the moon, the world, the Farishta, nothing. People say Nuri Habeebullah is made created out of soil, earth. But it is said he has been created before everything. That means the world, the soil, the ground, these were later creations. But Huzur was created much before that. So how he should be made out of soil? People say. But that is why you have to purify our concept, make our ideas right, correct about Huzur about Allah Pak. If it is not done, one will be greatly deprived from the blessings of Allah Pak. And one who is deprived from Allah Pak's blessings, he will never realize what's wrong with him. Allah Pak said, Allah Pak said, these people are made for the hell. They will be burnt in the hell because of their wrong concept, bad concept. Concept, question of concept is a great thing. It's a very important thing. They'll have their eyes, they will have their ears, but they will never hear the right thing. They will have their ears, but they won't be able to see the right thing. They'll be lost like blind. So the jinns, many among the human beings, will not be able to realize the significance of Allah Pak and the honor and dignity of Rasul Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They are like animals. Even if someone is teaching an animal 100 times, 1,000 times in front of him, they will never understand. And those inattentive people, negligent people are worse than the animals. Even if a cow or a dog is given thousands years of life and a lot of lectures and lessons are given to him or them, they will never realize. And these people are even worse than them. Allah said, the animal doesn't understand. After hundreds of years of teaching about the rituals of Islam, how somebody worse than them could understand the same thing? No. Even after having hundreds of references and examples and incidents, they will never realize. And that is why the blessings, the honor, the dignity, the very significance of Nure Mujassam Habeebullah Sallam is so much beyond any limits, and nobody will ever understand. Even if the whole world, whole humankind keeps on writing 1,000 years till Qiyamah, they wouldn't be able to finish a small portion of the significance of the dignity and the honor of Huzur Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Allah Pak has given him that much of honor and dignity, that much significance, that much of wisdom. From the beginning of the creation till the end, he has been given, he has been rendered, bestowed upon with all those wisdom and everything. Those people, those who have been destined as hell dwellers, as ill-mannered, bad manners, bad etiquette, they will never get the hidayah of Allah Pak. Let Allah Pak bless us with the wisdom to realize the dignity and honor of Huzur Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and follow him in minutest detail. It has been said that Sallallahu is everything less being Allah Pak himself. But all other wisdom, all other significance, all other abilities, and everything has been bestowed to him, has been given to him. Allah Pak is one. Allah's name, has been given the name Ahmad, other than Muhammad and Ahmad. If the meme from the Ahmad is deleted, it becomes Ahad. That means Allah. So these were all discussed by this speaker about the significance, importance of the Prophet, his name. The next speaker spoke about spending money in honor of Sayyidul Awwal Shareef, that is the 12th of Robiul Awal Shareef, the great birthday, Meelaad Shareef. The word birthday is never enough to express the day of his appearance on this earth. He was definitely created much before than that. But his worldly appearance here on this earth is on this 12th of Rwabiul Awwal Shareef on Monday. And in its honor, with a view to celebrating this day, this spending money is a question. Celebrating anything needs some money, worldly affairs. You have to spend some money for eating, good wearing. There will be time that people will have to spend money in order to celebrate. Any celebration is involved with some monetary expenditure. You have to have some good food, you have to wear some good dress, and you have to express your happiness in some gifting and all are required, all are involved with monetary expenditure. You have to spend some money. And this is related with that expression of happiness, which Allah Pak said that you express happiness, Faliyafrahu, rejoice that you have your if someone is blessed with a son, he is very happy. So he distributes sweets, and someone else comes to see that baby, will come with some gifts, some dresses, some money, some fruits. He has to do some hospitality. These are all related with spending money. Someone has to spend some money. Without spending, only with saying verbal expression is not enough. This is a very practical thing, very reality. And these are practically being done. Someone is inviting people for a good dinner, for a good lunch, for a good meal. These are all very with money. Even if someone is having direct cash, he goes to borrow them in order to express his happiness that his son he's been blessed with a son, or his grown-up son has done a good result in education, or got a good job, or his daughter is being married to someone good. So he does all his possible, he makes all possible efforts to make it a social one. And These are all related to spending money. Same way, the same way we have discussed enough, there has been a lot of references in order to celebrate this great day, Sayyidul Sayyid. This is also involved spending money. When someone is blessed with a son, people say you have to become a doctor or something, which means that which brings more money. So he is being taught and he becomes someone hanker after money. Well, he becomes completely absorbed in worldly affairs. He doesn't get on the path. He doesn't care for the world hereafter. But one should realize that Allah is the best. Allah is the only provider of rizq, that means livelihood, earning, other things, everything is rizq. Allah gives the best. All His creatures, birds, insects, all animals, everybody is fed every day by Allah. He has taken responsibility of this rizq. Allah says that you human beings, members of the human race, spend in my cause. I'll give you whatever you need. I'm the giver. I'm only the giver. Nobody else. You do for me, I do for you. You do spend in honor of my Rasool, Sallallahu. I'll be happy for that and you'll be paid back. It has been said that if someone feels that he is lacking in his funds, he should spend some in the path of Allah, so he'll be paid back. It has been said in Allahu Shareef, Allah described in Quran Shareef in many different references that spent in the for the cause of Allah will pay you back. These are all related. These are all related with the expenditures. Those who do not do tips, miser, they'll be also paid back in the same way. Their hands will never be full. They'll remain in want. So to achieve success on this world, one has to give his time, one has to give his money, one has to give his toil, physical and mental. So these are the things are to be thought, pondered. These are points to ponder. Sayyidul Awwal Shareef, celebration of Sayyidul Awwal Shareef. This concept has been given from Rajarbag of Dhaka, Bangladesh. It has been long 4 years and it's going on. They keep celebrating till the end, for unlimited period. One thing is very clear, even if you pour all your perfume on bad things, on waste, human waste, the smell will never be off. Muslims' condition has become like this, that spending the valuable things in the cause of Allah Pak. They don't realize, like a chicken is given, a fowl is given some grains of a small money, 5-10 taka, grains, some rice, some wheat. He takes that. But if he's given jewels, stones, gems, he doesn't accept that. Muslims have become like this. Muslims don't accept the good things. They accept the small things. Time will never wait for anybody. A day will come that he will be diminished. Before that, one must, if one can complete something, then it is only. If someone can do in his lifetime the good things, the virtuous things, then only he gets some success. But someone's heart or someone's mind is full of bad concepts and all, he can never make it. So one has to take discipleship, that is bayan, from a shayab. And then he has to do the sabab, the lessons, that is, and pass on first, the zikr. Only then the bad things, evil things from his heart will be out and he will be able to perform good things. This has to be thought about. People don't realize all these things. It has been said that people don't even do the zikr askar, they don't come along. He doesn't meet the shaykh, he's not coming in contact. If he doesn't do it, if he comes frequently to his shaykh, he will not be able to realize things, his mistakes, his devilish things. He has to do all this and he should not be close-fisted. He should not show me. He should not be behaving like a miser. He has to spend some money, get some books, read those books, impart the lessons to his family members, to his children, to his wife, to his relatives, and do some sessions, reading sessions. So everybody realizes what is to be done. And for that, he has to arrange the books, the session, Meelaad session, Anjuman session. Once a child is born, the azan is done. But why this azan? Will he be saying his prayers, offering his prayers? Or does he understand that? No. One has to realize why that azan is given. It is the first very word, Allah's word, given to the ears of that newly born baby. The very words of the adhan given, the lessons imparted, the first very words given to the baby. To make a son a really Parents are really responsible for their child's growing up, for their child's pointing towards Allah Paak. If the son wants to keep beard, the parent brother say, do not keep it now. So it is the parent's responsibility to groom him up as per Islam, as per Quran Sharif, as per Hadith Sharif, to put it in the path of Rasul Sallam. It is said that every child is born in the path of Allah Paak, but with the growing time, his parents, his friends, relatives make him or take him away from the path. He gets astray. All the days, important days of Islam, Robiul Awal Shareef, the month of Ramadan, the Shab-e Qadr, Shab-e Barat, all these days to be performed, to be celebrated by this child. Who will teach them? Who will teach him? His parents. But if that is not practiced in that family, there is not at all there. Therefore, it will be responsible of the parents to have session proceedings for the children, for the family members, to recite Meelaad Sharif, in order to put the children in line. But Muslims, we are not doing anything in this line. What we are doing, listening to songs, music, and following the games, cricket, football, tennis, all of the games, being watched on the television, being listened, being heard over different media, sending messages and all. So relentlessly following the kafirs, non-Muslims, music, the ringtone, the very ringtone is the music, photographs in the even a mobile is full of photos, all those unallowed things, all those unrestricted things in the Muslim's lifestyle, and is dying as kafir. There was a dog who served the very Allah, not directly, but from the cave of a mountain. But he will be awarded because he served the very Allah. He will be taken into the heaven in the form of a human being. So there has to be sessions of teaching sessions, learning sessions for the children. Have to read books, boys or girls, male or female. They have to come in contact with the Shaykh alayhi salam. They have to do the zikr, they have to do the sabak, the lessons, perform the other rituals, and come in frequent contact with the Shaykh, so that he doesn't slip his ways, but every day remembers things to be done. Surah Fateh Sharif has got 7 ayat Sharif. It has to be read in every rakat. If he leaves one of this, his namaz will not be, his namaz will be void. Every time Surah Fateh is the mother of the Quran Sharif, Quran. Surah Fateh Sharif is one of the greatest verses which Muslims do not think about, do not much realize its importance in the whole of the Quran Sharif. Beyond all, one has to maintain the best possible adoration for the Prophet Sallam, and his the maximum possible adoration, maximum possible celebration for this day, for the Prophet, and for him this day. How much attention, how much importance to be given to this very day? It has to be important by the Muslims. It has to be realized by the Muslims. One of these examples is in a well. If there is a dead body above, dead animal, let it be a cat or a dog or a cow or anything, whatever amount of water is removed from that well, the smell or the water will never be pure unless that corpse itself, the dead body itself, the polluted body itself is removed. It will never be done. It will never be pure. One has to remove that bad element first, and then certain amount of water removed. It will be gradually alright. So people have also got beliefs, bad things in their heart. That has to be removed first, and that is only possible through unfalsificate. That means breathing in, breathing out, inhale and exhale. And for that, whoever first takes a bayat sharif, discipleship from the Shaykh, he is given first and first while breathing in and breathing out. Inhale and exhale. So that pass on first, whenever pass on first is done, the evil things will be out from one's heart, and the good things, love for Allah will come in. Through this pass on first, gradually it will be continuing in his all, and he will be able to achieve success. The gentleman goes outside to overseas country, works, earns money, and then comes back. We're discussing, telling people every day, broadcasting that you have to do your everyday rituals nicely in detail without leaving them, and then come to the Darbar Sharif to achieve suhbat, companionship or shayab, do the zikr, do other rituals, and then only you can earn your success. let Allah Pak bestow us with the abilities to perform all these jobs. Okay, gentlemen, now there will be a break for the prayer, Tahajjud prayers, around 30 to 40 minutes. At the end of that, we'll have Meelaad Shareef, and then we'll have the final prayers. The importance of this night can never be expressed completely by anybody. Now we'll have a break for Tahajjud Shareef, and then we'll come back inshallah. Alhamdulillah.